Hey, man, I just talk about something, hey, dog. Hey, do you know what civil conspiracy is? I gotta talk about this because I think, any spot I go to, if you're on socials, man, you get targeted. I'm saying so. Civil conspiracy is when a group of people come up against one person, hey, dog. So it's against the law. It's actually against the law. It's actually a hate crime, hey, dog. So for me, like, what I gotta talk about, man, hey, dog, homie, bro. Like, Jacob Brown. They were going around like, saying Jacob Brown was a crazy person because apparently, defending yourself in the face of bullies or like nonsense people, Karen's Kevin is actually against the law to them. For me, like, hey, nah, bro. Like, I'm not letting some person come up and tell me what to do or invade or be intrusive on my privacy, eh, dog? Come on, bro. So, let me talk about it. So, civil conspiracy is when a group of people come up against one person, and it could be a community, eh, dog. They all gather together like a bunch of herd of sheep, eh, dog. And they probably see like, have you seen those pictures, eh, dog? You see like a black sheep like in the crowd, like doing this thing. I mean, so you just like, have you seen those pictures like you're in a crowd, there's a bunch of sheep and there's like this black sheep and black sheep's trying to go somewhere, and then like every other sheep's like looking at the other sheep. So it's a crowd mentality. It comes from you know it comes from so this whole narrative. Apparently, Jacob Brown is crazy. He's gone. Was it cuckoo for Cocoa Pop? Say, dog. I mean, not really, bro. So for me, like, I gotta just talk and just explain how this works. So there's this conspiracy of trying to have people like, these are people like that work in medical field, a dog. Like, they're not from my culture. I got no interest with them, a dog. And for me, like, I'm trying to just go, get lucky with some pretty blondie, dog, but they come up together, group up together to start a civil conspiracy. That is against the law. I mean, civil conspiracy is literally against the law. There's minority protection laws, which protects minorities in a public space. So a lot of time, it comes from a bunch of people talking nonsense, dog. So for me, like, Jacob Brown, get the egg guitars out, because Jacob Brown does not give a fuck. Man. So I gotta talk about this. So civil conspiracy consists of lies. Like, this could be businesses, this could be public, this could be just anybody that got an issue. Being on socials, like, even though my content I create for my community is to help my large collective, dog, because I'm a person of value. Some people, I have a problem with it. I'm saying they don't want to make the content. Like, what issue for a lot of people that got issue with Jacob Brown is that I'm on socials and I talk about stuff. So let me just break down how civil conspiracy works. So civil conspiracy works through organized stalking. So you get stalked, you get harassed. So civil conspiracy is harassment, dog. So look, I could be sitting down here. I'm sitting down here. About 3-4 weeks ago, I was sitting down here at nighttime. Like, I just been traveling. I just come up and sit down here, dog. And I was sitting down here. There was a Haribo wrapper that was on the ground with some energy drink, dog. On the ground when I came and sat down. That's not my litter. I didn't litter on the ground, dog. So when I came up and sat down, I had this Kevin, this man pulls up this shop, this off license behind me. He walked up and his shawty was parked where that BMW, the car is, a dog, the vehicle is. And now, like, he walks up to me and he just kicks the can and he goes, "Hey, bro, you just littered. Can you just pick that up?" And I was like, "Hey, dog, homie, bro, like, who are you?" And then he goes, "No, I'm just, gotta talk." He just littered on the ground, hey, dog. I was like, "Nah, bro, when I came up on this bench, that was already there on the ground. And why are you talking to me?" And he goes, "Well, can you pick that up?" I was like, "Nah, it's not my stuff, hey, dog. Don't tell me what to do, dog. Can you just, mind your business?" So now he goes up to where that vehicle is, dog, and he gets in, goes in, opens the door, takes his top off, and he's got like a t-shirt underneath. Shawty that's sitting in the car vehicle, she's actually good looking, dog. She's pretty, So he's talking to her and he's talking to me. I'm like, "Hey, bro, you just approached a random stranger, dog. I don't know you like that, dog. Then you told me to pick something up that I did not litter on the ground. And also, if I'm the problem, why don't you go and tell every single person that's sitting on a bench, go pick up the litter? That's not their trash, dog." I'm saying, so it was a Karen. It was literally a Karen. So now he's goes off in a vehicle trying to get all mouthy with me, dog. I'm like, hey, bro, like, you come up talking to a stranger. I'm not your property. Can you piss off? I'm saying, and he just went off. Now, the thing about civil conspiracy is like these perpetrators. He will go tell a bunch of his homies, right? Like, oh, duh, bro. He would go tell a bunch of his homies, hey, dog, like this person, I was approached him by the bench. He littered something on the ground. He didn't want to pick it up, bro. He's trying to make our street messy, bro. And they group up together because he went and tell his homies and a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of like people that he knows that probably like his family. And then they will come together and then they will stalk and harass me in the same street, trying to create defamation, it's a perjury. And then what these bastards would do then now is they will file for a perjury, like a statement or like a report with Met officers, 101, and say, you know what, this person was being aggressive. And how they do this is so strategized, because they want to make you feel like you're the wrongdoer when in fact you're the innocent person, while they the perpetrators, they the oppressors, dog. And so how this is done now is, now I'm sitting on this bench, right? They'll pretty much do all these tests, dog. It's done such strategically, so subtle. You got to be able to, understand how this is done. It's a community. It's a group of people coming up against one person, because I told that person, that's not my trash, that's not my litter. I don't have to pick it up. Can you just mind your business? Because I'm not talking to you, and I'm not a rude person for telling someone approaching me, because I care about my safety, dog. So I'm gonna talk just another 3-minute content video, and I gotta get going, dog. So civil conspiracy consists of some strategy that's you gotta understand the strategy, how it works. So to create a civil conspiracy, you gotta get people participating in the defamation or the slander or a smear campaign. It's done strategically, dog. So this how it's done. Example, I gotta give an example. I'm sitting on the street, dog. Civil conspiracy works where like everybody gotta make a person feel like, you know what, this person is the troublemaker. When I'm just sitting out here, bro, doing a little, little dance, bro. Come on, bro. Doing a little dance, bro. Doing a little dance, dog, man. I'm just too damn short, dog. All right, so I gotta break it down, because civil conspiracy works in a way where, like, now I'm sitting down and there was an incident with this Karen Kevin pulling up trying to ask me to, put some trash in the bin, dog. It's not my trash. I don't litter. That day I chucked a cookie and it just dropped on the ground because it hit the handle, and I did it with some force. I don't know. I felt like I was Superman. I'm saying, like sometimes you wake up and you're like, I feel like Superman today. Yesterday I felt like, Batman. I'm saying, I don't know. Tomorrow I feel like Robin in the cave, dog. Fuck knows, dog. All right, man. So civil conspiracy works where, like, a group of people come up after this incident, dog, or like if there is the wrongdoing of someone, like, we got this app up here, dog, like, where someone stalked me, like, when I was walking from the bus stop trying to, go somewhere, and told me I was talking to their partner who's in their 50s. That's like my mama's age, dog, and I was not the problem. So how it works is now they all gonna gather together, this person's family or whoever, right? And what they're gonna do is they're gonna send like children. They're gonna use people as a weapon. So it's a civil conspiracy works where, like, people become weaponized, dog. It's a study in itself. I'm educated. I'm really smart. Like, I'm American, dog. I'm American. Come on, like, what's the biggest government in the world that people got a problem with? America. So they got not a problem with Jacob. They got a problem with America, dog. Man, I gotta talk about this. So let me just talk about civil conspiracy and how it's done. So it's done through people, weaponizing children, kids, people weaponizing elderly, people weaponizing people in the public to then lie on a person, and then make false report to Met officers or 101 about a person or a person's mental stability. You know what I'm saying? So civil conspiracy now works in such a way where you technically, how it's done, it's quite upsetting. If you, I mean, hey, bro, like it's quite upsetting, a dog. Like if you just understand how sinister this whole method is, a dog. So what they will do is they will gather, like they will weaponize people. That's how a civil conspiracy is made. So it's called conspiracy because it's all lies. It's trying to defame someone, slander someone, smear campaign someone. It's trying to ruin someone's reputation, a dog. It's done through organized stalking and harassment. So civil conspiracy is a form of harassment. I mean, you got minority protection laws, which is to protect minorities in a place. But it could happen to white people, black people, Asian people, aliens. I don't know. It could happen to anyone. But especially if you're on socials, you're gonna get targeted. So let me talk about this. So it's done through when people in communities or any place, like I go, if you're on socials, they will use people, they'll weaponize people, a dog. Homie, bro, it's true. And then they'll weaponize like children's under 16s, like, you know, because Jacob Brown is not a nonce. Jacob Brown is not a pedophile. Jacob Brown is not a nonce. So they will gather like children to follow him around, like, not follow, like if I'm sitting down here, like I had these kids just riding their bicycles, you know, and they will ride around you and they're waiting for you to react. Because if they come too close, like, hey mate, you just come up too close, bro. Can you just ride around? And then you just form a form of contact with this underage person now, which I never have. Now the issue is, this person who's underage now will go to his father, mother, family and be like, I was riding my bicycle. This person was being aggressive. He was being rude. That's how the defamation starts. Then there's an elderly person walk past and stands in front of you, and then I'm 32 years old and I educate to talk about this, and then this person, it could be something like you just stare at this person and this person will go say, I was doing this dying, a dog, and this person was giving me some really bad look. So civil conspiracy works where it's a group of people in public community. They come up together to weaponize people in public to lie on one person. Example, Sainsbury's across the road, dogs. If I go into Sainsbury's now, I'll make my content and stuff, and the issue now is when I come out, you probably get a couple people now making reports with the manager saying, hey bro, like this person pushed me, this person shoved me, this person was, you know, done something. And when you're the innocent person, hey dog, you've done nothing. These people just out there lying. So civil conspiracy works in a way where a smear campaign, slander is a major defamation. So a group of people come up lying on one person. I'll go and say, hey dog, hey man, Jacob Brown is mentally unstable. Hey dog, Jacob Brown has he's paranoid. Jacob Brown is paranoid, bro. I don't do no drugs, dog. I got no drug policy. The only drug I smoked was Mary Jane, which I stopped 5 years ago. But if I go to Amsterdam or Spain or some other crap, dog, great countries, I mean, I'll probably smoke the Mary Jane. But I don't do no drugs. I drink twice a month because I just choose not to drink, dog. So now it's a group of people that's lying on one person, and their way to justify their fraud or defamation or smear campaign is then to go up and say, you know what, there's something wrong with this person. This person is mentally unstable. This person is paranoid. This person is schizophrenic. This person is a danger to the public. This person is, in fact, you know, danger to the universe. So they start this fraud by defaming you, lying on your name. They want to, you know, weaponize people in communities against you. And then when you start talking the truth of their fraud, because it is a fraud, it's a con, then what happens is they will come up and they'd be like, hey bro, this person's mentally unstable, to justify their fraud. So that's how it's done. Civil conspiracy is a crime, it's a hate crime, it's a race, and especially if it's a different race of people doing it, becomes a racial hate crime. People that get, you know, sentenced for civil conspiracy, and if it's one main perpetrators, handlers, we call them handlers. There's many handlers that's out there, dog. But there's handlers, these are people that come up, the kids riding the bicycles or standing right here and just lying on a person. It could be shop owners, it's a lot of people, they're handlers, they're perpetrators, and if the main perpetrators or the main handler of these handlers, if they caught in a lawsuit, it becomes a court trial where they get sentenced for probably like life if it's hostile, because there's minority protection laws, dog. So civil conspiracy is when a group of people come up against one person, and it's done through defamation, smear campaign, illusions, deceptive nonsense, and they weaponize people in public, kids, underage children. They will lie about people. They will lie. Probably Jacob Brown is a non-pedophile. They will lie Jacob Brown is a bad person. That's how it works, dog. They'll probably lie Jacob Brown is homeless. They will lie Jacob Brown is I don't know. Jacob Brown is he's an evil person. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say, man. It's a hate crime against the law, because you got minority protection laws, which protects minorities in a country. So it is against the law. Now you got a bunch of these people that's not from your race. They become hostile. They become they show sincere hate and hostility. It becomes a hate crime. But these people get sent to like prison for like decades if it's premeditated. Like, you know what I'm saying? So civil conspiracy is when a group of people come up against one person and they lie on one person. I talk about the Indian community, and I talk about them because they involved in the civil conspiracy. Jacob Brown is not mentally unstable. Having knowledge and talking wisdom does not mean someone is mentally unstable. Jacob Brown is no danger to the public, dog. There's always people walking around, dog. But I gotta make my content to talk about it, because bunch of hating ass, bum ass haters, dead ass haters want to stop Jacob Brown from his brand, dog. But I'm educated. I'm not the most true person that a lot of people could see, dog. But for me, I talk about it so people know. So civil conspiracy is a grouping up of people coming up against one person. Is to lie, defame, destroy, and to sabotage someone's career or future, dog. And why is it important? Because it's a form of hate crime. When people are caught on this hate crime, they get, especially if there was a false report made on someone who was innocent, dog, it becomes a hate crime. I gotta get it, man. I gotta do my thing, see what's popping. I gotta go, bro. And man, I gotta get it, bro.